record. And that's not Eric Martin's. This is the Fantasy Golf Pod. You've reached us on Wednesday. This is May 6th. Today, I have a friend of the pod, a real true supporter, someone from the beginning supporting the Fantasy Golf Pod, Josh Bennett. Just Swish. What up? On
What's
Twitter
up,
at Just Swish. A tax accountant, an owner of a tax services business. Yeah. That's interesting. That's different.
So, if you want to dive into that right away. So I actually started doing that in college. And I was just doing it for like a roommate, and he was just paying me in cases of beer.
Perfect. Well, so, cases of beer. Cheers to that.
Exactly. Cheers, man.
Okay, so you're getting beers for helping some dude with his taxes, as opposed to doing it on some app.
Yeah. So a roommate was like, he was like working for like minimum wage probably, and he's like, "You need help with my taxes?" And I'm like, "All right, well, I'll help you. I'm going to college for accounting and all this stuff." And so I just started I went onto his TurboTax account. I don't even know if that's legal or not. Filed his taxes for him, and he bought me a case of beer. And I did that for him for like 3 years. And then I got home and had other people asking me to do it for him. And I'm like, well, yes. And then just kept building and building. And now I guess I'm running my own business.
Cool. Not only that, Josh is a contributor at Rotoballer PGA. This is a website that you provide a course breakdown, a pretty extensive one, in fact. Is it right? Is that all you do for them, or you just do the course breakdown, or you do anything else for them? That's
how I started. I started doing that at Ambush Sports.
Okay.
And I just started. I do this for my own game when I play golf myself, and so I started realizing that nobody really broke down the courses like that for the PGA Tour. So I was like, well, I'll just kind of do it and see what happens. I'll just use it for myself. And then one thing led to another, and I was like, well, maybe this might be valuable to other people. So I actually reached out to our guy, Nagel's Bagels, and I was like, hey, dude, I write this thing, and it's for myself right now, but it's like 5,000 words, 4,000 words. Do you think people will read this? And he's like, well, if it's valuable, like, go for it. And he's like, just do it. So I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll just do it. So I did it. And then a few weeks passed, and we got to like the end of the PGA season, or close to it. And Joe Nicely at Rotoballer reached out, and he's like, hey, do you want to like bring this over to Rotoballer? We'll make it free for a while, put it as premium content. I think people should be paying for it. And I'm like, sure, man. Like, I'll bring it over there. And so that's kind of how it got over there. And as we've gone, we kind of put some tweaks in. We got some feedback from people on Twitter and people at Rotoballer specifically. So it's just kind of built itself up, and now we're here writing for Rotoballer. So I do that. That's how it started. And I also contribute on their one and done pool. And then I also write like a little blurb on Wednesdays. I put like 10 people in a spreadsheet and post like their course history and stuff, which is what everybody else does, but I do that.
Yeah. So not only that, okay, you mentioned that you're a golfer and you are a friend of the pod, and you are also a fellow Minnesotan.
That's right.
We've got to get out and golf, baby. Skull Vikings. We got Skull Vikings, got Timberwolves. We're sports guys. We're sports nuts, here in Minnesota, eh? Are you? Right. Hey, actually, this is what's happened in the past, is that you hooked me up last year with 3M Open practice round tickets. So I wanted to say thank you now that I get to see you in person, because I never actually saw you. I had to sneak in and out. You know how that was. Are we gonna meet up at this 3 Open? Are they gonna have it open for humans like us? Are we gonna be there to drink a $10 Michelob Ultra this year?
I hope so.
I know, same.
But yeah, you never know. So far, it sounds like we're good. I have tickets already to Saturday, I think, but
nice.
We'll see. So
did you go last year?
I did, yep. So I went to the practice round and just missed you. And then I went, was it Saturday or Sunday? My fiance and I went, and we walked like 4 or 5 holes and then sat on the 16th, I think is a par 3, something like that.
Cool. Okay.
17. So I went Saturday too, which is fun. I walked the course on Tuesday practice round, I think it was. And so I got to see the whole course then. And And when I went for the actual round, I didn't need to go walk around and see the course. And
Right.
it's like, it's long and hilly, and it's like, well, let's just, and it was hot that day too.
Yeah.
It's like, let's just sit down and have a couple beers and watch a par 3. So that was fun.
Perfect. Yeah, I ran into Sung J M on the practice round, and then I had to get out of there. I went to Florida. I don't know, for some reason my family wanted to go to Florida for that week, so I had to go to Florida.
Yikes.
Yeah,
was it like 130 degrees that week in Florida?
Yeah, you couldn't even walk on the beach; your feet would burn. But yeah, I mean, basically, I don't know why I did that, but I'm hoping to get in there this year. I'm hoping to be able to do that this year.
Yeah.
And what I've been doing, dude, I've been doing these interviews. I'm trying to get other perspectives. It's fun to know about you and what you do for Rotoballer and then the course breakdown. I haven't really had like a course breakdown specialist per se on the pod and in these interviews. And that's so kind of fun to do, kind of fun to see, kind of fun to look at. But does it actually equate to answers? Are you able to figure stuff out and learn who to click?
So when I originally wrote it, I thought the answer was yes. And the way it's written now, it kind of gets you to answers that other people give you too. So you'll see on other sites where people will say, you know, the average approach distance this week is going to be from like 175 yards. Like, okay, so I go through every single hole, and based on the average carry distance for a PGA Tour player and where it's going to land and what the distance of the holes are, I can basically agree and say, yeah, the average golfer is going to be sitting at 175 yards. But the value there, if you're Sung J M who hits it like the tour average off the tee, that's valuable because then you're getting the right numbers. But if you're Joel Dahmen and you're hitting it 275 off the tee or whatever he hits off the tee, then his average approach is probably from 190. If you're Rory off the tee, then his average is from 115. Something great. So it's valuable, kind of.
Okay.
And I'm sure we'll get to my weekly process later down the road. And I actually built a spreadsheet to that looks at player by player, kind of in the same realm of my course breakdown. But when we get to that,
no, let's just get into it.
So now?
Yeah, okay. You're doing this course breakdown on a Monday, and when are you getting it to Rotoballer and getting it out to the people at Rotoballer?
So I started on Sunday, and I look at the scorecard from the previous year. I plug everything in based on that, and the scorecards don't usually change year over year, assuming it's a tournament that's played year over year. And then I write it all pretty much on Sunday night or Monday morning, and then the card comes out on Monday, and then I'll update if like a hole was added like 20 yards or something, then I'll update it for that. Otherwise, I have it mostly written on Sunday.
Okay.
And so it's pretty much just some tiny little tweaks on Monday, and then we post it on Monday afternoon. We try to. Sometimes it's Monday night, but.
Okay, so then you're in our league. You play DraftKings. Obviously, you're doing this stuff for a DraftKings or a PGA website that gives advice for betting or whatever else. So the pricing comes out, you're making lineups, you're doing things. What's your whole week look like in terms of making lineups, and what do you do? We want to know, do you play 150 lineups? Do you do it 3 max, and that's your way of playing? I mean, Bagels is a one lineup guy. What do you do?
Yep.
How do you play?
So I'm pretty similar to you guys, actually. I was actually rolling with you guys for most of the time. I just played the dollar
20 lineups, 21 names, 21 reasons.
Exactly. Yep. And so I honestly, and I think you mentioned this with Jaeger bombs in your last one. You said, I'm doing all this work and I'm only playing for $20. That's what happened to me. And I'm putting in all this work. I'm writing 5,000 words on a course on every single hole, and I'm paying for $20. That doesn't make any sense, I don't think. So I mean, I didn't bump it up much. I'm playing the $3 max now, but it's a little bit more. And then
I've done it. I've been victim of that. I do it, sometimes. Yeah. And then NFL too, if you can get that other one, that like secondary one where you don't go for 150,000 or 250,000 or some insane prize. Right. You can go for 15 grand if you beat 6,000 people. I feel like,
right.
Yeah, I can beat 6,000 people. A blind squirrel can beat 6,000 people for a nut,
Exactly. Hey, if that number,
so you're doing that, and then. Do you do a similar player pool as us? Martin's, he goes a little heavier on the names than I do. I try to cut it down to 21 names typically on a weekly basis. What's your player pool look like?
So my player pool is, I try and cut it down as low as possible, but the way that my whole finding players process works. It's really hard to get it down to 20. So I end up around 30 or so. And my process is actually the way I put players into lineups is pretty similar to Rick Rungood's cascading system.
Okay.
It's not right on it. So I don't take I think he does 6 or 5 and then mixes and matches.
He gets to the point where he either wins a big – he's either a top 10 in every single team or –
Yeah. So I don't go to that extreme, but I have 3 or 4 guys that I'll put in 70% of lineups probably that I'll be pretty confident in. Usually those guys are in the 8K or 7K range, somewhere around there. And then I'll plug in, I'll put a high price guy with them and a low price guy with them and see what I'm left with. And then I plug a guy in there or something. So my player pool ends up being 30 just because of that.
Okay. Has it ever worked? Has the player pool ever come together and created a hashtag MegaProfit and given you the glory? Have you ever won? No,
it is not. No, it's actually
you're due.
The process I'm working on right now is fairly new. So I'm not losing a lot, which is good. But I'm new in terms of you've tried it for a few tournaments or you've tried it for half a year. You're kind of experienced. So then if somebody hasn't played, and we've preached this before, you can't try something new for 2 weeks, 3 weeks of the PGA and then scrap it and do something totally different. You got to give this thing maybe even half a year's chance. So this is what's happened to us, is that I've developed this thing with the 21 names, 21 lineups, $21. I think now, after doing it almost 2 years, I could probably go to 24. But then how do I do that? I got a $25, it's more fun to say 21. But at the same time, I think 24 names, if you're going to make 21 lineups, you almost have to use a number of names or else you're duplicating and you're going all in. And in a certain situation, sometimes you don't want to go all in on somebody. That's right.
I don't know where I was going with that, but
yeah. So the process I'm working with now, it's incorporating this course breakdown thing that I was talking about. Before, I just had I look at course history for players, and then I have my own, I call it a Fantasy National spreadsheet. I have access to Fantasy National like you guys do, but I'm like a spreadsheet nerd, accountant guy. We love spreadsheets. So I actually just built one myself in Excel. So I play around with that. It's a lot like Fantasy National. So I put models together like that, and it's spit out players
with strokes gained and birdies or better or whatever.
Yeah, so it just connects right to the PGA Tour stat website, and I pull in whatever stats I care about. I usually look at who finished in the top 20 for the last 5 or 6 years or something. That's Nagel's thing too. He loves guys that'll finish in the top 20. So I like that too. So I look at stats that correlate there and mix and match and weight things, and it spits out a bunch of players, and then I plug and play from there. That's how the prior process worked. And then I stacked that on top of this new course breakdown deal. So I got a zillion spreadsheets I'm working on, and they all just kind of play together. And then I hope one or two players pops out in all 3 of them, and then those are the guys I cascade.
Okay. Whatever, it is a process.
Yeah, it is a process, that's for sure.
We know this is a roulette wheel, and you're just spinning that thing, and you're hoping your numbers come up that week, and you got lucky. Okay, you play golf though. We've seen some of your videos on Twitter, and I've been meaning to get together with you and play since we are both Minnesotans. Where are you quarantined at the moment? Where are you in the actual great state of 10,000 lakes?
I am in Maplewood. And Maplewood spans the whole state of Minnesota. So I'm
the Bloomington Maplewood. I'm Bloomington. So we're both the whole state. You're up here and I'm down here.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm on the Roseville, Little Canada side of it. If I jumped over Highway 36, I would be in Little Canada.
So how close are you to the giant Top Golf?
That's probably a 25-minute drive depending.
Okay, you're still not that close. Okay, cool.
No.
What about to the TPC Blaine, TPC Twin Cities? Are you close to the 3M Opens venue?
No, that's even a little farther away, I think. But,
so you're the other way.
Yeah.
People don't really care. They don't even know.
No.
So what courses then do you play? Good courses up there.
So I don't know if you've heard of Goodrich Golf Course. It's a little Muni in Maplewood. It's a mile from my house, probably.
Okay.
I could walk there if I wanted. So I play
What's it
there.
called? Goodrich?
Goodrich Golf Course. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful. I'm looking at. I googled this beforehand. I could share my screen with the people. Should I share my screen with the people?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. What the hell? We're interactive.
It's a fun little course. It's I don't know the exact yardage, but it's
Okay, so you were saying you're in Maplewood. You're over here.
Yep. It's right. Goodrich is right to your right there. Yeah.
Okay. Oops. This is slow. Okay, Goodrich is there.
Yep.
See, I'm like right here.
Yep. Yeah, you got like Dahmen over there.
Oh, Dwan's my shit. So your Goodrich is your Dwan?
Yeah. Just
basically.
Just a little Muni in the.
What does it cost? $28, and you're like all in.
Yeah. Well, so that's kind of funny too. I don't know if have you heard of the Public Country Club? You know what that is? So.
Oh, actually, I have. Yeah, I have. My buddy used to work for them. I think
you're gonna want to look into this because it's
Dwan was on it, wasn't it?
It was, and then they were so busy that they.
They screwed me when they signed up for that because I kept trying to get tee times. I'm like, what the hell? Why do people want to play here?
Yeah, they're so busy and they took themselves off. But yeah, you pay $55 a month and it's like joining an actual country club, except it's not like $20,000 a month. It's $55 a month, so whatever. And they have.
And then you just get access to all the courses that are in this club.
Yeah, there's like 120 courses on it. Yeah, and if you walk, you can go for free. So I'm going to Highland National tomorrow, which is in St. Paul.
Nice.
And that's on there. So I'm just going to go there and show them my little card, and I'm just going to play for free.
Well, so have you played a lot yet this year?
Yeah, I'm 12 rounds in or so.
So then what? So you mentioned you have a fiance. Then you're not married yet?
Not yet. No.
Of course you're not. Because if you were married, you wouldn't be playing 12 rounds of golf already. It's not even May. We've been in quarantine.
We were supposed to get married in June, mid-June.
Really?
We were supposed to, and so this COVID thing, we pushed it back. So now it's September.
So then, are you going to go next year, or are you pushing it to the fall?
So we're at September 12th now. So we're
okay.
We're hoping things are settled down by then. But if for some reason we have to cut the guest list down or whatever by then we'll deal with it then. But I don't think we're pushing it past then. So if there's still all these restrictions and you can't have like more than
you'll just have a Zoom wedding, dude. You're just gonna Zoom it.
Yeah, we're just gonna get it done and we'll celebrate another time.
That's fun.
So we'll see.
Okay, so you played quite a bit. Now, Eric and we wanted to bring this up to you actually and ask you if you'd be interested in potentially doing a DFS Open North.
I am in, man.
Right? I was serious one. Not like we're inviting real Pat Mayos of the world. We're not doing that. But we're like gonna have like. Okay, so Geneva and Alexandria, Minnesota, has these cabins that you can stay on property at Geneva, which is 27 holes. It's in Alexandria, Minnesota, which is about a 2-hour drive from the cities, and then 2-hour drives from North Dakota Fargo area where Martin's is at. So this is where we meet, usually halfway. And you can get up at 8, you can get there at 10, tee off at 10:15. You can play as much as you possibly can, and then you leave at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and you get home by dinner. So I mean, it's a brilliant little move. So we're going to do that and maybe potentially spend the night because I did this last year and it's great. It's so cheap. I think it was $210 for the 2 days, the lodging and unlimited golf. So my buddies, and I don't know if you've seen the video we have on YouTube, you can go find it. 100 holes or something that these two dudes played. My hands were killing me. I was chafed. I couldn't play anymore. It's insane. So we just abused the shit out of this course. It's great. But it's beautiful and it's nice. So we're going to think about maybe potentially a DFS Open North. Not real, like almost like you have to be invited because we're not going to make it public. Because we don't want the riffraff flying in from like New Jersey. I don't know about.
That's right.
But yeah, so I was thinking about doing that. Now, besides that, I had, we'll finish up here with some fun. Okay, I got a little, I've been doing these polls on Twitter just to try to get the engagement and to have people not forget about us or mute us or unfollow us or forget about fantasy golf altogether. Today I asked on the poll, I said, who will get a major first? Xander, Patrick Cantlay, or Bryson DeChambeau? Who's going to reach a major first? I want to go through some of these questions that I posted and see if maybe you have some answers that we want to talk about real quick at the end of the spot. If you guys want to be done listening now, you can click us off. What else? But who do you think's going to win a major first? Xander, Cantlay, or Bryson?
So you kind of hit my heartstrings there a little bit. I might be the only like Bryson fan in this world at the moment. Everybody hates.
I swear, it's like I love Bryson because he's a content god. He provides a lot of good, juicy information and content. But yeah, I feel like there's some hate for him and Patrick Reed, and those are the greatest guys to roster in DFS.
Right.
Too.
Yeah. So
like built-in low ownership
every week, I think, because him and Patrick Reed must always be underpriced because DraftKings was know people hate them or something.
Yeah, it's the public sentiment from Vegas that they don't bet them, so they aren't going to be used, so then their prices are low, and then you can pair them with good players. Right. Okay, I'm in on that. PGA Tour, will it return June 11th as scheduled right now, they think? And that's literally, a month and a week from now.
Yep.
Will it return for the Colonial?
Yep. So
I think so.
I think so as well. And my day job, I actually work for Travelers. And so
that's cool.
I have
in St. Paul?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
That's fine. And so we get like inside updates and stuff on like the tournament. And there's no news or anything on like canceling or slowing down. Or the only news is they're just not having fans, which is fine.
Where's the Travelers again? I forgot.
It's in Hartford, Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Well, Travelers is in Hartford, Connecticut. I don't know where the actual course is. It's out there somewhere.
That's good enough.
Much more about
but
that.
I was just thinking, if it's like in Florida, of course they're playing it. But yeah.
Yeah. But so that is a little sketchy out there in Connecticut, though, because that's
right.
It's kind of where all the crazy stuff's happening. So,
but if they haven't had any whispers of like this is going to get canceled and ruined, maybe it'll actually happen. Right. Quagnus Martins has had a hole-in-one while playing a par 3 course, and at the time this happened, my jealousy in my gut and brain said, I don't know, dude. Brag all you want, but that's not, I don't know. I was skeptical. And then when Foreplay Pod posted something, and then a day later it popped up on my Facebook that this was an anniversary for Quagnus, I was like, holy crap, maybe I'll do a poll. We did a poll. Is a hole-in-one on a par 3 course an official hole-in-one to you, Josh?
I feel like it is.
I mean, it's a hole-in-one.
It is. If it's like, now we're just speculating, but if it's like every hole 70 yards and you're just like pitching it at the hole, then maybe I'll change it. But if it's
okay, yeah, right, okay. Quagnus, dude, he played 30. This is like his 33rd hole of the day. So like,
so all you're doing is hitting irons at these pins.
Yeah, like. So that in a way.
The hole. Do we know that?
He hit a 9-iron. I think it was 132 or something like that.
Yes, I mean that's a fair. I mean, if you're like chipping a wedge in there, then I might feel less happy about that. But it's hard to hit a 9-iron and make a hole.
Have you ever had a hole-in-one before? And the answer is yes, but it was on a par 3 course. You can't. There's an asterisk to it. Of course, the hole-in-one because it was a hole-in-one. Right. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm not sure.
You almost have to tell the story next to it. Like I did, but I also.
It was my 33rd hole at the par 3 course, and this is the 3rd time I played the actual hole that day. Like, come on, that's not even fair. But anyway, backwards hat was a controversy for a little bit there on the golf course. Are you a backwards hat, or do you think that's just unheard of? Like, I asked Eric the same thing, dude, and he was like, he said to me, "No, of course you cannot wear a backwards hat on a golf course." And I was like, dude, I played with you like 45 times. Have you been thinking negatively of me this whole time? Like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you serious? You care about this? Do you care about this?
No, God. I don't wear my hat backwards just because it feels weird to me. I've worn a hat like my whole life, but I've never worn it backwards. Maybe I should.
Well,
maybe I'll look a little better doing that.
So I only do on the pod because otherwise my
line's going backwards, so that's not good. So I got to wear a hat I'm like protecting you. You got flow. You should let it ride, man.
Right. True. What else do I got here? Okay. Which threesome would you prefer? These are the top 2 threesomes of this poll. Homa, Dahmen, Poston, or Daly, Perez, Els. Are you a fun, young, up-and-coming pros, or are you the old drinker, smoker guys?
So I'm on Team Homa, and I think, I don't know if you responded or not, but a couple of weeks ago, maybe it was a little more than that. I was looking for more podcasts to listen to.
Oh, yeah.
I get bored during the day. So I listened to you guys and I listened to Bagels and I had like nothing else. And so I found Max Homa's podcast and I listened to 2 episodes of that. And as I was listening to that, I'm like, I really feel like I could have like 1,000 beers with this guy. So I just defaulted to picking the Homa's group because I feel like I just go out there and hang out with Max Homa and have like 1,000 beers with him. So that would be fun. Although I'm sure you could definitely do that with Daly too. So
yeah, Daly and Perez, dude, they were hilarious. And then Els, he'd have some stories. I couldn't decide on that one, but I think, probably go with the Els and the veterans and just have a little more fun with John Daly smashing beers with him.
Right. Yeah, that's part of it. Yeah.
Superpowers. Now, you're not married, but this can apply to you soon. You may decide to change your answer. This is what I pulled. I did 2 of these polls. So I combined. These are the 3 best answers in the superpower. What would you like to do? You'd have the ability to have your wife or fiance always let you play whenever you ask. You could never play over 4 hours. So every time you play golf, it's 3 hours and 59 minutes. Yep. Or you hit every drive 300 yards.
So the last one is out for me because I humble brag here, but I actually already do that. So I'm not too worried about it. So I guess I just default.
But are they in the fairway, Josh, when you smash them?
Oh God, no. They're all over the place, which is the problem playing Minnesota courses because there's no links courses here or anything.
No,
if you go left
trees.
or right, you're in water or you're in the trees. So you got to be straight or you're dead. So I'm just in trouble all the time because I can hit it forever, but I just can't keep it straight.
Okay, so then you're down to, will your fiance always let you play, or do you want to play fast? Are you a fast player, or because like for me, I kind of wouldn't care if I was out on the golf course. If I got permission slipped to leave my 2 children and my wife and say peace out, I get to go play. It could be 5 hours. I'd say, sorry, honey, these people took forever. I don't even care.
Right. Yeah.
To a point. I will say that
Yeah.
Slow play sucks.
I'm pretty fortunate. I am pretty much allowed to play whenever I want anyway. And
for now,
I feel like I'm pretty smart. Yeah, for now. I feel like I'm pretty smart about it, though. I try and time it out for when she's working or she's got other things to do or
strategic.
Yeah, I try and be strategic. We got a long ways to go in a marriage for that,
Right.
It'll change, but so
you're already having to delay this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 2 more questions. Well, first, Caddyshack or Happy Gilmore?
I love Happy Gilmore. That's like my favorite movie of all time.
Right. We're a little younger, so I think we side towards that.
Right.
And then my favorite one I thought was going to be closer, but it was not. Would you rather play with Tiger at Goodrich or a Muni, or would you rather play at Augusta with a couple of your buddies?
So I'm Tiger for sure, and the reason for that, I got a decent reason for that. I think I haven't been a massive golf fan my whole life. I played basketball my whole life until after college. I played in college, so Augusta doesn't have like that special thing to me like it does for everybody else that's watched the Masters since like 1970. I've watched the Masters for like 10 years.
Okay, so, fair enough.
I mean, it'd be sweet. Don't get me wrong. It'd be sweet to go play Augusta, but it would be way cooler for me to go play with Tiger Woods anywhere. I don't care where it is. We'll play we'll play the par 3 course that Quagnos got his hole in one on. I don't.
Right, exactly. I play that as long as I can play with Tiger fucking Woods. Are you kidding me?
Right. 100%.
Oh my God. No, I was surprised. It was like 80-20. People were like, "No, I want my buddies." I'm like, "Fuck my buddies, dude."
No way.
Yeah. No, my buddies are. I'm gonna be best friends with Tiger now, and he's gonna invite me to Augusta. That's
right. Exactly. You'll get Augusta.
Okay. Well, Josh, what's next for you? Are you into tax season? Can I get my taxes done for 2020 still?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, so if you need that, go for it. But if I want to switch to you and use you next year, because I already filed my taxes, is that hard to do to change tax people?
No.
You just get there. You just get – because he has a database of my shit for years.
Yep. Yeah, and so if you were to work with me, I would just ask you for like last year's returns, and then you would send me your current year stuff, and we would pop it in and be done. Cool. It's the way I built my business is pretty nice. It's you don't have to be in person for anything. So nice. I don't have a building. I work out of my office in my house.
So you don't even need to be in Minnesota to use you, because I've heard our boy Joe I is going to use you for his taxes.
Yeah, yep.
I don't know if that's breaking news, but
I have clients all over town. So
cool. All right, hit him up. Josh has a Jish Swish.
Jish Swish.
Okay, we're going to do a home and away. You're going to come to Dahmen. We're going to play. We're going to do a Goodrich. You're going to see this. We're going to content the hell out of this. So we're going to put it on Twitter or whatever. And then we're going to go to the 3M Open. We're going to hang out there as long as they allow galleries. I'm going to hug you.
Yeah.
Fuck 6 feet of distance.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, if you want an intense breakdown of every course each week, chock full of Google images and all sorts of measurements and things, hit that guy up. Josh on Twitter. Just swish, like I said, at rotoballer.com/PGA. Thanks again, buddy. See you soon. We'll see you out on the course.
Yeah, see you, man. Thanks for having me.